Hey guys, happy Thursday. So today's gonna be a quick video. As you can probably tell by the title, I want to run through appraisals with you. More specifically, what happens if the appraisal comes in different from what your purchase price is. So let's run through this scenario really quick. You just got your offer accepted, you're super excited, you're already ready to move into your new home, but there are a few things you need to do, a few boxes you need to check before you can hit the closing table. And one of those things is the appraisal. So how that works is your lender is gonna be the one who's going to order the appraisal. It's always done through your lender, not through your realtor or through you or the title company or some other party in the process. So the lender's gonna order it and the appraiser is gonna go into the home and they're gonna note any repairs that may need to be made. I can do a separate video on what loan programs there are that are a little bit more strict than others. For example, USDA loan, they're gonna be a little bit more strict than a conventional loan, but that's another video for another time. And I said I was gonna keep this short, so let's keep going. So the appraiser is gonna go in and note any repairs that need to be made. He's also going to, for the most part, make sure the value's there. You know, the bank doesn't want you to be overpaying for a home. The bank isn't gonna loan you more than what the house is worth. So that's the appraiser's main job there. So I'm gonna give you 3 examples of what can take place. So first thing is the appraisal comes back and it's right at value, right where your purchase price is at. Sweet, all right, now it's just cruising from there, trying to get to the title company to close. So next scenario is you actually appraise over, and that's awesome. Really just what that means is that you already have a little bit of equity in your new home, which is pretty sweet. You don't have to share that value with the sellers if you don't choose to. Either way, it does not mean that you are going to be forced to pay that appraisal price. For example, if you're buying a home for $150,000 and it appraises at $150 or $155, that doesn't mean that you have to come up to that $155. Just means that you have that equity in your home. Okay, so scenario number 3, which is definitely the worst case scenario, is the appraisal comes in under value. So let's use that $150 again. Let's say that you're under contract for $150, but the appraisal comes in at $145. Let's just say that for a good example. So your appraisal comes in at $145. Essentially what this means is with this third scenario, you have 3 options. Now, what we always try to do is go back to the seller or to the listing agent and try to negotiate some terms, and more often than not, the seller will come down to appraised value because that's what the home appraised at. What also comes into play there is if you have any extra contingencies or maybe seller concessions, like if the seller's contributing to closing costs, that also may need to be negotiated as well if they're coming off the price. All right, second scenario is you as the buyer can bring the difference. Like I said in the beginning, the bank will only loan you what the house is worth. So you will only get the loan for the $145, but if you have the funds, you can certainly bring that extra $5,000 to closing. I've had buyers do that in the past where, you know, because every appraiser is gonna be different. And I've had buyers that see the value in the home, they know it's gonna be their forever home, they're not really looking to sell again in the near future, so they've brought the difference to closing and all ends well. Now the third option is if we can't come to terms, the seller won't come down, you don't have the funds to bring to closing, or maybe you don't want to bring the funds to closing, you can cancel the contract and still get your escrow back. No harm done. And you do get that escrow deposit back. So I hope that helped you guys out a little bit. While appraisals are a little bit more in depth and it is one of the more serious things that we have to wait for, they're not super scary. So if you have any other questions about the home buying process, please send us a message. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Bye.